Cristiano Ronaldo to buy Manchester United. It's the headline engineered to hijack your feed, spark 1,000 thumbnails, and turn every comment section into a boardroom. But if we move past the dopamine and ask basic questions, who owns United right now? How much would a meaningful stake cost? What rules govern a deal? And what changes if CR7 actually buys in? The picture is more complex and way more interesting. Tonight, we treat this rumor like a match. We set the shape, press the weak assumptions, and see what survives the 90. Start with the map in front of us. United's majority remains with the Glazer family. A significant minority sits with Sir Jim Ratcliffe via Ineos, who steer football operations. That dual control reality matters because it draws a hard line between economic stake and governance power. To influence sporting decisions, you need more than a check. You need the right kind of shares, the right voting rights, and the blessing of both power centers. Now, layer in cost. Recent benchmarks for a quarter of the club landed deep in 10 digits. Plus, commitments for stadium and training infrastructure. Even a 5 to 10% slice, the kind a celebrity might plausibly front, still means hundreds of millions in cash, diligence, and legal machinery. CR7 is a billionaire brand, but this isn't a vanity boutique. It's one of world football's heaviest cap tables. Zoom out from cash to compliance. The Premier League's owners and directors, test and source of fund scrutiny apply to everybody. You show where the money comes from, who controls it, and whether any conflicts exist. United add another layer: dual-class shares. Class B carries super votes. Class A doesn't. If you buy the wrong class, you can pay a lot and still decide very little. That's not anti-Ronaldo. That's the terrain. And that terrain is the reason rumors so often blur investment with control. Minority money usually buys access, information rights, maybe a board seat, not the sporting joystick. No one is handing over the starting 11, the recruitment grid, or the manager decision in exchange for a photo op. So why does the club want outside money at all? Because the next decade is concrete and steel. Old Trafford needs either a historically expensive rebuild or a stadium project that belongs in a national infrastructure brief. Training facilities, digital platforms, the women's program, the academy pipeline. These are multi-year investment arcs that prefer equity over debt. That's why you hear new investors, plural. It's also why a Ronaldo-fronted syndicate, if it ever happened, would be a headline on top of a spreadsheet, not a single-handed takeover. In the modern game, capital comes in bundles. Private equity, institutional pools, strategic sponsors, each with different rights and horizons. What changes if CR7 does come in as part of a group? Commercial optics, immediately. You attach one of the planet's most followed athletes to your shareholder register, and a few. Floodgates open. Sponsorship appetite in MENA and Asia. Content deals, subscription-driven experiences around legend IP. Lifestyle collabs that feel native rather than retro. Athlete owners pull younger demographics into the club story because they're creators in their own right. But that glow doesn't replace structure. If the football department is aligned on profile, pathways, and playing model, extra money amplifies good decisions. If it isn't, money only turns noise into surround sound. Let's be practical and draw 6 routes, ranging from feasible to fantasy. 1. A marketing-led minority, where Ronaldo co-invests alongside an anchor fund, trading equity for commercial lift, high sizzle, modest board leverage. 2. Advisory plus equity warrants, where he becomes a global face with upside tied to revenue KPIs. Cleaner governance, less heat on team selection. 3. The stadium vehicle, a ring-fenced SPV that finances Old Trafford upgrades. CR7 invests in the project rather than the club, politically digestible, operationally distant. 4. A post-playing consortium with Ronaldo as frontman across a sports platform. Club slice now, multi-club ambitions later. 5. No United, different club first. A path that builds operator credibility in Portugal, Saudi, or MLS before circling back. 6. The status quo. Rumor cycle renews, institutional money fills the round, Ronaldo stays an icon with optionality. There are risks to weigh. Governance spaghetti. More celebrity shareholders can slow decisions if rights and roles aren't surgical. Expectation bubbles. Fans hear Ronaldo invests and start manifesting blockbuster windows. Minority stakes don't sign strikers. Brand concentration. United already are a super brand. Over-personalization can eclipse the team story if results wobble. Regulatory headwinds. Anything fuzzy, ownership webs, sponsor overlap, perceived conflicts, invites deeper audits and painful pauses. If this ever moves from talk to won't be arguing about vibes, they'll be carving vetoes, consents, information rights, and exit waterfalls. How should you read the next breaking push? Ask 4 fast questions. What class of shares is being sold? How big is the stake in percentages, not adjectives? Who is the anchor capital writing the first check? What specific rights tag along? Board seat, observer status, negative consents, or nothing but a selfie? If those answers are vague, the story is oxygen, not substance. If they're clear, you'll see them echoed in filings, regulatory approvals, and a very different tone from the club. None of this means Ronaldo can't own. It means Manchester United is a hard place to start. The price of influence is outsized. The politics are layered. The governance is engineered to prevent exactly the kind of shock takeovers fans imagine when a superstar's name hits the crawler. Could he join a consortium and take a symbolic, commercially supercharged slice? Absolutely. Would that unlock control over the football department under the current map? Not without both incumbents, Ineos in performance, the Glazers in strategy, ceding rights they deliberately retained. That's the gap between investor and owner in elite football. There is, however, a scenario where a CR7 stake becomes more than a logo on a letterhead. If it coincides with a structured capital plan for stadium and performance that sets measurable deliverables, milestones for construction, benchmarks for academy minutes, thresholds for recruitment efficiency, and ties equity sweeteners to outcomes rather than headlines. Then, the brand power and the business logic align. Then, the story becomes sustainable, not just viral. Until then, treat the rumor like a counterattack. Track the runners, scan the weak side, and look for the pass that actually breaks a line. If it isn't there, recycle. If it is, you won't need a pundit to tell you. The deal will announce itself in the only language that matters: numbers, rights, and signatures. Bottom line, Cristiano Ronaldo buying Manchester United outright is a Hollywood pitch. Cristiano Ronaldo taking a minority slice inside a bigger, colder deal sheet? That's the grown-up version, and it could still be meaningful. But until the filings surface and the rights are visible, the smartest position is simple. Admire the idea, audit the details, and remember that in football ownership, as on the pitch, control is earned by structure, not noise.